Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland. I just saw the 12.5-minute mini documentary of Now and Then, the last Beatles song, and I gotta tell you, I am excited. If nothing else, this 12-minute video gave us lots of clues on what to expect tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the release of Now and Then, the last Beatles song. All right, so first of all, I saw some new footage, not quite the footage we've been promised, but that will be coming with the video for this song. Another thing that I noticed is that the Beatles several times during this documentary said that this whole song was a matter of separation. Now that's important, folks, and I'll tell you why. You see, there's been a lot of rumors with the AI involved that we may be getting a de-aged John Lennon voice. Not true, by the way. They played part of the song during the documentary. It's the same voice we heard on the demo, but much, much more powerful. Or there were even rumors that Paul McCartney's voice would be de-aged. We haven't heard anything from which he sings on this single yet, so that's still a matter of debate. But at one point in the documentary, Paul states that they sent this demo tape of John to Peter Jackson in order to separate John's vocals. Now, we talked about this in a past video, haven't we? Because we also discussed that Paul McCartney will be playing piano, and we all thought that he would be playing in conjunction with John Lennon. But Paul states here it's his voice they extracted. So does this mean the piano we hear on this new Beatle track is not John after all? We got some of the raw guitar solo that Paul plays in this documentary, and I noticed they kept it raw, so we'll see what they do with the final mix with that. But Paul does a slide guitar solo as a tribute to George Harrison. That's interesting because when they met in 1995, Paul was the one that didn't want George Harrison playing slide. It wasn't Beatle enough. Well, I guess Paul has changed his mind, and rightfully so. Because it wasn't just a matter of George playing slide, it was the George notes. And I couldn't tell if Paul actually achieves this. We'll have to wait until tomorrow. And another thing I noticed, Paul, always the well-bred spokesman, right? He claimed that the reason that they let go of this tape in the documentary because we sort of ran out of time, which is not the whole story. The reason they shelved this song was that George Harrison thought it sounded like crap. Now, I've got to say this, man. John's voice sounds fantastic on the bits that I heard. But you know what they didn't do, and as you guys know from my past videos, I think that where he goes up in register and we hear a lot of cracking in his voice, you know, he was just making a demo. He just wanted to hit the notes so that it was a reference point. So they didn't play that part tonight, but again, I'm still anticipating that Paul will take a role, if not predominantly, very strong role in that section. Now, also in the documentary, we see Paul McCartney actually laying down the bass line, as well as Ringo laying down the drum line. And you know what? I love his playing here. 2 points of interest. First of all, when he's playing with just the verse, he's just going along with the piano. Any bass player in the world could do that. And he really doesn't do anything, at least so far in the documentary, that any average bass player couldn't do. It's his choice of notes when he's going dum, 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 dum. He brings it right into groove. That's that McCartney touch. And it does show us him playing the last note of the song, and guess what we get treated to? Paul McCartney going up an octave. The famous McCartney octave. That's one of Paul McCartney's secrets in his bass playing. He always used the octave in his playing, especially in later Beatle recordings. Now, as I stated in the past, I think the salvation will be with the orchestration, of which Paul is one of the arrangers on this. And they did show us some of the orchestration there, those lovely staccato notes that we identify Beatle music with is right there. So I am really excited to hear this song tomorrow, folks. You know, for the most part, everything that I've thought that this song needed has been supplied. So are we in for a treat? Because I can tell you, Lennon's voice sounds more powerful than either in Real Love or Free as a Bird. All right, folks, so here's the question to the tribe. What do you guys think of this documentary? Has this documentary changed your mind either way as to whether this is going to be a great single, an average single, or just a piece of crap, as George Harrison once said? All right, if you enjoyed the video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. That sends the video to a wider audience. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, that's simple. Just hit that subscribe to the tribe button, tap that top bell icon. Notice I always do that. I don't know why. Anyway, and you'll be notified of all my future videos. All right, folks, I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line, and together, you and I, especially in the comments, we are the tribe.